Hi, this is Dr. Toby, your host on Health and Wellness. Thank you for joining us on our show today. We have a special guest, two guests, a man and his wife, Dr. and Mrs. Mobid. Dr. Mobid is a radiation oncology technician. He works in the physicists department in the University of Mississippi Medical Center, trained in Cambridge, trained in Canada, and now working in University of Mississippi. Started the first radiation oncology center in the country of Cameroon. His wife is a teacher in the biological sciences, and she has molded many people in the medical sciences. She's also obtaining her doctorate in the next few years in education. This is an awesome couple. They are parents of 3 children. They are Christians. They are scientists. They are physicians in paramedical fields, and they are working hard to establish the kingdom of God and the glory of God in the medical community. We are delighted to have Dr. and Mrs. Mobid with us today. Look forward to hearing from them. Join us. Jesus is Lord.
The Nigerians, they only knew when we travel and they knew we went for a project.
Hi, Dr. Toby here. Welcome on our show, Health and Wellness. What a delight. We've been talking to the Mobids, Dr. Paul Mobid and Mrs. Edith Mobid, delightsome couple, radiation physicist at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, and also educational consultant teacher at the Jackson Public School System. They've been married for 23 years, have 3 lovely children, work in the ministry in the Jackson area, and also are strong members of the African Christian Fellowship. The most important thing about them is that they are trailblazers from the country in the western part of Africa called Cameroon. I don't know how many of my viewers have met people from Cameroon, but this is how they dress. But not just their outfit, but their mind, their positivity, their outlook, their disposition, and their willingness to help. Over the last couple of shows, he's been sharing with us his passion for radiation physics, and he's also shared what he did in Cameroon, setting up the first independent linear accelerator facility that was up to date technologically to treat patients in that part of Cameroon. It's in Douala, and he's going to continue on that sphere. But what I wanted to bring out today was you have it's like a philanthropy ministry. How can people partner with you if they want to? If you have somebody on the show watching who wants to partner with you, maybe help with the building the hostels, Hope Lodge. So how can they get in touch with your organization? Is there an email? Is there a place they can look on the website? What do you suggest they do?
Yes. As part of the center is called the Cameroon Oncology Center, so it's on the web.
Okay.
www.camonc, camcenter.org. So
Okay.
www.cam
Okay.
oncenter.org. So they can get in touch through email. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. So you just look for Cameroon Oncology Center, you see it.
How
Even
many
on
people do
Google.
you employ?
We employ directly about 60 people.
Wow.
So out of this, we have probably 13 nurses, we have doctors, specialists, we have 4, and then generalists, we have 2.
Journalists.
Generalists,
Generalists, okay.
Yes, we call the doctor that are
Primary care.
non-specialized.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They are non-specialized. They just finished medical school, just a system in Cameroon.
Right.
So they work with the specialists.
Of course.
Yes. So we have that. We have the radiation safety officer. I mean, we design. Actually, we even went further. Here in the United States, to participate in RTOG protocols, there is a credentialing protocol that I have to go through. Actually, we got from the radiation side. We got that for our center.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's very, very high quality.
Like the Joint Commission kind of
Yes,
thing. Yeah.
this one is not John.
But it's radiation therapy approval.
Yes.
Seal of approval. Like,
Yes.
Wow.
That's
awesome.
on the what they call the physics side.
Wow.
So they will give you a phantom. You can plan it and treat it as a patient. They will look at what you plan and what they ask you to plan and see whether the results are comparable. So
I'm trying to give my viewers a picture of the economic climate in Cameroon? Because here you are setting up an oncology radiation center. They don't understand the economy, the background to your country. Can you give them a little background to the place you located? Like you said, the Italian said a bunker in the forest.
Forest, yes.
So maybe you can give them a picture of Cameroon in
Okay.
economic terms.
Yeah, Cameroon, as I say, is located all of the eastern border of Nigeria is all Cameroon. It has a population of about 30 million, so it's about probably 1/8 of the population of Nigeria. As a comparison, in terms of the GDP, we are somewhere around 1,400 US dollars.
Okay.
The main economic activities in terms of export, we export oil, but not a lot, but coffee, cocoa, those are our main cash, what we call cash crops.
Okay.
Then there's light production in terms of industrial development. So the GDP in terms of US dollars is about 100 billion
Okay.
US dollar economy. Let me put it that way. Yeah.
There's been a lot of restiveness in the north.
In the northwest, actually in the northwest and south, which is the English part of
Right.
speaking part of Cameroon.
Has that affected your company, your hospital?
Oh
your
yeah, no, it
establishment?
has. It has in many ways because people, because there was some fighting, and actually there's still some fighting between the government forces and the separatists who want to separate, who want the English and the French, and the two English provinces to separate from the rest of Cameroon. So there's been fighting. So people will have to relocate people from the villages, including even my mom, to Douala.
Oh.
Where so yeah, there's been significant. And actually, my first son, when he was going to school, and he was going to school in the English section, when we were still there, actually he stopped school.
That's
So,
when it started.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
really
Everything started.
in 2015. So I mean, we have patients that are coming from there. Sometimes we treat the patients for free, house them,
Oh, wow.
provide them even free chemotherapy, even though we buy them. So we don't make chemotherapy drugs, but some of these patients come and they have nobody. There's nothing we can do. Like in our center, once you are a child, whether you have money or don't have money, you get
We'll get
treated.
treatment.
Yeah, you get treated.
Quite a bit
Yeah.
of
And
children.
we have some of the children are alive. I mean, when we started the center, I said we're not going to treat children because we're not equipped. But seeing what we saw, there was no way we had to treat
Wow.
children that are presented.
What are your, I mean, you have several local Cameroon chapters. I know you belong to maybe Cameroonian Association, and I know you were the president of the local. So where are these chapters? Are they all over the United States? And what are the, what roles do they play in America? Madam, you can answer since you were the president of the local chapter of the Cameroon. What do they really do in America, those communities?
Well, you mean the role they play?
Amongst the members. I mean, they
Oh,
help
okay.
to develop them
Okay.
socially, culturally.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Okay.
example, when you were president, what was your motto or achievement or
She's
model?
still the president.
Oh, you're still the president.
Yes,
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 ma'am.
yes. Well, I'm still the president, and we usually we get together like every month. Before COVID, we used to get together every month, and we have bylaws that we follow.
Okay.
It's more of a social kind of thing,
Okay.
where we are there for each other. We are our brothers keepers in terms of, bereavement or illness.
Okay.
It's just more of a social kind of thing.
Was it for the
Yes.
whole Cameroon or was it for just a part of the Cameroon?
Everybody who is a member.
Okay.
Everybody who is a member, no matter where they come from,
Okay.
Francophones, Anglophones.
Actually, we even have some members now from Tanzania.
From Tanzania.
Oh, wow.
We
Yeah,
have
that have
members
joined
from
us.
So my
Tanzania.
question is, this division over the separatists, did it affect you in America? Did you have some of the people from Bamenda who wanted to, did it cause schism in the
Not
association?
really.
Not really. Yes,
Okay.
we,
So you're all apolitical. You're not.
Yeah,
you're
no,
not.
we are
you're
absolutely.
Not, okay.
we avoided talking about it. But
yes.
even when we talk about it, that is still not problem. Nobody, even the Francophones, they are not offended because some of them do understand. Some of them do understand that they understand where we are coming from.
Oh, and
Yes.
where the problem.
And they understand where the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
But in a way, when once you have, I mean, here people in Cameroon, it's a different scenario because some of the issues that the separatists and the government are fighting was, I mean, some of the solutions are quite open that could be taken to resolve some of the issues. But again, we are non-political, so
Okay.
we try to avoid talking about politics because you know.
You don't want the government coming to close down your facility.
Yeah, thinking that you are a some political organization,
You
which
know.
we are not.
Right, right. You're just a humanitarian
Yeah, actually.
organization trying to help people
Absolutely.
in the
We
local
treat, in
area.
fact, most of our patients are francophones.
Right.
Yes. So, and it's, I mean, the problem is political.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And war does not solve it.
War does not.
It makes
war
it
does
worse.
not.
Makes
Right.
it worse.
But I think to answer your question, just adding to what my wife said. So in the United States, you have different chapters of the Cameroonian Association. Then within Cameroon, just like probably within Nigeria, you have tribal meetings,
Tribal meetings,
Igbo.
right.
Igbos and stuff. But we come from the Meta
Okay.
tribe, so we also have a Meta
Okay.
tribe, which now involve
All the Metas.
yes, all of the members in the United States.
Okay.
Not here in Mississippi, though,
Yeah.
but it's like
Right.
Yeah, actually, there are quite a good number of Meta
In
tribe
Mississippi.
people from in actually in Louisiana,
Louisiana.
but
Oh.
in Mississippi, it's just the two of us and
Wow.
our children.
Wow.
But in Louisiana, I think there are several more
Several
families.
more.
Yes, and so there is an umbrella organization. This one is geared towards development
Okay.
and cultural activity.
Okay.
Whereas the Cameroonian Association that we have in Mississippi is just more cultural and social, really.
Excellent.
And then we encourage people to have life insurance, for
Okay.
instance, so that so if something happens, at least there are cops.
Because
Cameroonian-
I'm in the medical weight management sector, and one of the pioneers of bariatric surgery
okay.
is a
Cameroonian,
Cameroonian
yes, who was
in
the-
California.
Yeah, yes, I know.
Fufulu or something
yeah,
like that. I
yes,
can't
I
remember
forgot
his name.
Yes.
But I mean, he's one of the. In fact, there's a part of the procedure that is named after him.
Yes.
So it tells you how successful Cameroonians in America have been.
Yeah.
You know, and what changes they can actually bring home with them if they galvanize their support together.
Yes.
You
I
know.
think just like with most governments, sometimes they're afraid of their diaspora,
Right.
limited. Yeah, I mean, he's a very, very successful surgeon. The daughter too is also
Okay.
a surgeon as well. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So tell me a bit about ministry. What do you feel your area of emphasis, Mrs. Mobit, ministry-wise? So we have in the Bible talks about there's let him that rules, let him that gives, let him that ministers. Then the Bible talks about apostle, teacher, evangelist, prophet. So all this together, then the Bible talks about hospitality. So where do you think you fit in the call of God in terms of ministry? Because every time there's a meeting my wife organizes, you are the compare, you are the host, you are the one organizing you are the one moderating. I'm like, maybe that's your ministry.
yes.
Or my wife is giving you those tasks because you do it so well.
Yes, hospitality. Hospitality
Okay.
is really what I like.
Okay.
Romans 12 verse 12
Right.
said, in any time of tribulations, we have all that hope, we pray, and then we get together. And then I also like verse 13 that says that, you have to open your house,
Open your
you have to
house,
share,
okay.
and all of that. And that is really what I stand for.
Oh, wow. So
I
your
stand
house
for
is
that.
open.
As a matter of fact, we have, besides what we're doing with the hospital, we have orphans. That
Really? You support?
We support in Cameroon.
Wow,
We
that's
took
amazing.
one. We took one from where?
Like middle school.
From middle school, and he's going to
University.
third year
Yeah,
in
university.
university now.
Wow.
Yeah,
In,
yeah.
in, Ca-
Yeah.
in Cameroon.
In Cameroon,
Yes.
yes.
Praise
Calls
God.
us mom and dad and everything.
Wow.
And besides that, we really do a lot. We
Yes.
really
Actually,
do a
when
lot.
we were in Michigan, we had a very big house. And in fact, at any given time, we'll be hosting At
Yes.
any given time, we have at
Yes.
least 3 people that we did not know from before living with
Yes.
us.
Yes.
And they may live there for a year, some
They
people
may
live
live
for
for
2
a
years.
year and
So-
That is unusual in
Yeah,
America.
yes. And
Yes.
sometimes I'll come home and there will be so many of them. I will just go straight to
Your
the bedroom.
study.
Yeah, yes.
yes.
And then my wife would come. So yeah, so our house was really very, very open. I mean, my
Wow.
wife is very open. I'm also a very, very open
Okay.
person. We don't have rules and stuff
In
like
fact,
that.
when we were in Calgary, remember, people just used to drive
Yes.
to our house without telling us.
Yeah, they would just
Wow.
They
come
would
to our house.
just be like, "Where are you guys?" Okay, we are around the corner because there was space. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a big house.
Yeah, and they
then-
will come and they
Wow.
will see. In fact, people even thought when we were in Calgary that I was Nigerian. I was very close to the
Right.
Nigerian president. And every even on a Friday night, we will receive a lot of people in our house. I
Wow.
mean, a lot. Every single Friday. People will just come, and my wife is a very good cook. So to cook something, and they will talk and talk about politics, we talk about this and this.
You were close to the Nigerian
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
we,
but
we
yeah.
are
And in
always
fact, people
very.
thought-
We are closer to Nigeria.
the community.
Yeah, the
community.
committee. I
Okay.
was the president who
Of
was
the
a
Nigerian
professor.
community,
Yes, one
right.
of their presidents. I was very close
Wow.
to. So he now took me. So everybody they knew that I was Nigerian
Mm-hmm.
because all the Nigerian occasions I was there.
Wow.
I was there
So
with my
I
wife.
know you told me that you had a church background in Cameroon. You know, in America, there's different denominations, Episcopal, Baptist, Pentecostal. So what background was that you had in Cameroon?
I think we both grew up in the Presbyterian church.
Presbyterian church.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, really. I mean, I was a member of the Sunday school.
Nice.
Then grew up to YP. Actually attended what they call exams, where you compete with
Right.
other churches for stories in the Bible. Was
Nice.
actually my wife was also active in our own church with different churches, but we're under the same parish, the
Right.
Nyen parish, which was our parish.
Were there local Cameroonian churches too? Like
we're here.
Indigenous churches when you were in Cameroon?
No.
Not so many.
no.
Cameroonian is either Presbyterian or
Well, from the
Catholic
Northwest region.
In the Northwest region.
In
was
the other ones, I
was
think they
predominantly Presbyterian and Catholic
Yeah, there were
and
no-
Baptist
Yes. But I don't think
How
they
about
were
Islam? Was there Islam
No, there is
in
Islam.
the
in the
north.
north?
They're not, but
Where
even
you
in our
were?
region,
Okay.
because
But it was predominantly
In
Christian.
the north, it was
Yes.
predominantly in the north, but we
Okay.
had some in our.
yeah, we have like those that move with cattle,
Okay.
and so they were mostly Muslim that came and settled in our area.
Nice.
So I mean, my dad at one time was a butcher, so he dealt with. So
Took care of all that.
Yeah,
Wow.
So I worked with them quite closely.
Did any of those influences help you as a Christian? I mean, were you raised in a home where church was normal on Sunday
Yes,
and Bible
absolutely.
reading?
Yes.
Not, I will not say
In our
Bible
home,
reading.
yes.
Yeah, because he's from my parents were not educated, so reading the Bible was not.
Not common.
Yeah,
right?
there was no thing like a Bible reading the Bible. But at one time, I remember when we in maybe early secondary school, there was some donation from the U.S. They had this small
The
Bible.
small Good News Bible. that we
Yeah,
Right.
yes, we actually had, and we had actually some of those in our house,
Wow.
and so we read them. Yeah.
So right now, I know you both go to Word of Life. What was your experience in the U.S. in terms of an encounter with Jesus Christ? Did you have an encounter? Was it some people say they see a light, they met Jesus. What did anything happen in America that moved you from mainstream Presbyterian to, I'll use the word, what they call in Africa charismatic or word of faith kind of thing?
I mean, I will.
We don't go to Word of Life.
Oh.
Yeah, anymore.
Okay.
Yes, but we did attend the service.
some
Now we go to
Anderson
and
Methodist.
Anderson
Okay.
Methodist.
Okay.
And that's
in-
where we attend. I
downtown
think
Jackson.
for just like when I started before, I said that we have that when I went to the UK, I was quite surprised that the church was segregated.
Right.
But I find myself drawn to the black church, like the Anderson is purely black.
Okay.
But one of the things I enjoy as part of my service is singing.
Right.
So they have and they
So your
preaching.
ministry might be singing.
Yeah. Actually, I sang Even
Okay.
in secondary school, I sang in the NAM. My
Wow.
voice is not so good, but I actually I sang. And when I go to church, I like to sing. Or we like the church minar, which is quite common in Cameroon, is where I
Right.
sing from and stuff like that.
The
Wow.
thing is, like he talked before about segregation. When we came came to Mississippi before, we were the only blacks in our Presbyterian church.
Wow, wow.
So we moved to Cameroon.
Was it
came
downtown?
back in
No,
Madison,
actually in Madison.
Okay, the
Yes.
Redeemer.
No,
No,
there's a
it was
Presidential-
Madison Heights.
Okay.
Just
Madison
on your
Heights.
way to your home.
Okay.
Madison Heights, PCA.
Yes,
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 yes.
that is it.
Actually, yeah,
we
we-
started the church.
Really?
Yes, we
Yeah,
started
we
that
contributed
church.
to the building of
Wow.
We
the church.
contributed to the building. Yes.
Awesome.
Actually,
So,
when we go to the church today, you see
the
the
pictures
pictures of
the
our
children,
kids.
they
Yes,
are
are
there.
there.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when we moved back to Cameroon,
And you were the only African couple.
Yeah.
when we came back,
Like the only couple.
Yeah.
when we came back 5 years after, there was still no
Yeah.
African American there, and we're like, but what kind of thing? What efforts are they making? Are they just comfortable with just being a pure white church? Because something like that, they should make some efforts, you know,
Like
to
leadership,
avoid. Yes,
no.
they should make some efforts to bring.
Yeah.
And when we came back, we went there for a
Couple.
couple, 3 weeks, and he was the one who just like.
That's a lovely facility.
Yeah. No, they have
We
very
started.
very
Very
nice.
beautiful.
We
Yeah,
were
facility.
worshiping in St. Joe. We
Yeah.
took the St. Joe auditorium. That's
Yeah.
where we were
Worship
worshiping.
Okay,
in
St.
that church.
Joseph's.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then-
Before we started that building.
That building.
And
Wow.
everybody is nice.
Yeah.
We're
No,
the
nothing
people-
against them.
Right.
Very
Nice,
nice.
very nice.
I attended women's meeting. We went out of state. We stayed with the women, and it was very nice. But at one moment, we just got uncomfortable, and we also wanted our children to also see that, you know, they cannot only be alone in a certain
Okay.
place. So we were looking for a kind of a mixed place.
Mixed place.
Then another problem that my husband started having is the church is PCA.
Okay.
In Cameroon, we know that the church, we have elders who are
Right.
women, we have pastors who are women, but with PCA, only
Oh, okay.
men have roles.
Yes, women
Okay.
women cannot be elders.
Women
I say,
cannot
I
be
have a
elders.
daughter. I don't want to say, oh, my daughter cannot be an elder.
Right.
I did find that just not. When we went there, we thought actually when we came to Mississippi, we thought Presbyterian Church. We didn't even know
Were
there
the
were
same.
two.
They were-
Yes.
yeah.
That there were two. There was one that's more liberal. There's one that's very very conservative.
So PCA is the conservative
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
Conservative
Okay.
one.
Very
PCA is a
conservative one, yes.
one.
Thank-
In Michigan, we were in a traditional one.
Oh, yeah.
There was a woman that,
Yeah,
that was
the-
pastoring us
yes.
and everything.
wow.
In Calgary, we was in a traditional. I don't even know if Calgary.
Yeah,
Do you
what
think
I-
Calgary
I
has
don't-
PCA?
We don't know.
I think it's an American thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a
So-
wing that is very
Liberal.
Libra, and there's
kind
wing
of,
that
yeah.
is. Which I mean is okay. I mean I don't have anything, but for me, as a father of a daughter, I have a
Right.
wife, I have sisters. To say that my daughter cannot attend this level if she wanted to, I just find that,
Yeah.
especially in the church, not,
Right.
that's not
Wow.
comfortable.
So, any people of note that you want to mention on your journey through life that have mentored you spiritually, academically, you know, in your relationship as a couple? Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to while we're on the television, just to say thank you for their roles over the last 20, 30 years?
As if for me, I was talking about the president of the Nigerian Association in Calgary, the former president, Dr. Julius Ogunaro.
Okay.
He's been, I mean, I was very close to him before my wife came. When my wife came, we even become closer. Actually, his wife is the godmother to our first son.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean,
Ogundaro.
Ogunaru.
Ogunaro. Wow.
Ogunaru.
Is he a physicist too?
No.
Oh,
He's actually a laboratory scientist.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
but he's retired. He's actually just celebrated his 80th birthday.
He just
Wow.
celebrated his
Yeah.
80th birthday.
Yeah, but so he's been, I would say, in many ways, he's very, very open. He doesn't mix stuff. He sees the way he sees it.
Straightforward.
Yeah,
He was
very
good with
straightforward.
advising,
Yeah,
gave
very
good
advice.
advice to
Yes,
young, you know,
yes.
just
Yeah.
a young couple that we just got married to me.
Yes.
Wow, that's
You know.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he definitely consider him really something
real
that we look
support.
for. Yeah,
Yes,
support.
and
Not
we
just
have
not
and we have Nene Ekijiani who also, was very supportive to me when I joined him in Calgary.
Nice.
Very supportive with advice and everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Somebody you call at the middle of the night, they will answer the call.
Wow.
There's something important, he
Wow.
will call you. I know they ask even, Julius, maybe he wants an opinion, you tell him your opinion the way you see it.
Right.
He's not going to be offended because you tell you. And if he has something to tell you, he will
Mm-hmm.
tell the way he sees it. It doesn't mean that he's right, but he will see the way he understands it.
And for me, African Christian Fellowship has been a big support to me. Ever
Right.
since I moved to Mississippi, that is my family. They
Okay.
embrace us, me and the children. He
Wow.
comes just
Of-
once
of
in a
course,
while.
yes.
But me and the children, we are just part
Wow.
of them with their love and everything.
We've
So
been-
I just want to be so thankful to ACF.
Thank God. I
Yes.
mean, you guys are an inspiration, and my wife and I have been married. We'll be 19 years, going to 20 next year. So
Okay.
you're ahead of us on the curve, and what we see is genuine love, transparency, which is what marriage is all about.
Yeah.
And I hope our viewers have learned that from this couple. You can succeed in your dreams if you put God first, and if you want to serve one another. Marriage is like, I think it was Mrs. Moby that said, compromise and service. Compromise and service
And God.
and God.
Yes.
True. If you take God out of the equation, but you've got to learn to serve one another. Nobody's going to be the winner takes all. No, it's you got to win some, lose some,
Yes.
compromise here, compromise there, and then the Lord will bless the work of your hands. My prayer for you today is that you will achieve your dreams, you will finish well, you will become great, you will go to the level that God wants you to get to. I don't know if you've been limited in your scope, in your vision. One of the things I took away from this discussion is you can sit here in America and change a life in Africa. Dr. Mobit is sitting in his house or in his office and treating people in Cameroon using timely technology. That tells me that there's no limit to what is possible to a person who chooses to pursue their dreams. Technology has advanced. Why don't you get up, do something about that vision and that dream you have? I know that if you get up and do something, God will support you. But if you don't, it will always sit on the shelf, gather dust, and it will never become what you've called it to be. So this is Dr. Toby inviting you to join us on this journey towards destiny. Your life was made by God to be glorious, to be great. Don't die under the bushel, covered by rubbish. God bless you. Jesus is Lord.
Amen.
Thank you
Amen.
so much. God bless you.